Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and this video is going to be a comment response to MGNoxa on YouTube, who posted a comment on my previous video discussing my thoughts on the potential casting in a live-action Ghost in the Shell feature of Margot Robbie. Essentially, MGNoxa had broached the question of, I want to get into Ghost in the Shell, but where to begin, essentially, because, quite frankly, the franchise is made up of 2 films, an anime series of 2 full seasons, a follow-up film to those 2-season, anime series. Basically, there is an unfolding, currently 4-part OVA series as well, and it seems very daunting to consider where to jump in exactly, but the answer to that question is actually quite simple for me personally. I think it's probably the easiest question I will ever answer on this channel. And that is to say, hands down, the highest recommendation I can give is Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, the anime series. The 2nd season being Second Gig, and then there was a follow-up movie called Solid State Society. Hands down, without question, that's the way to go. This is not to disparage the films by any stretch of the imagination. For the time the first film came out, it was groundbreaking, simply put. But you realize, especially when compared to the anime series, you're much confined with the film to its runtime. There is not a lot of explorative storytelling as there is in the anime series, and it poses some interesting questions, but you don't really see those questions come to fruition. There's a lot of action and stuff like that, some gory elements, and very much indicative of anime at the time that it came out, the kind of style, and Akira had stuff like that and everything. But what you really want, hands down, as I say, is an anime series. Now, the anime series are 2 seasons of 26 episodes in length. It sounds kind of daunting as well, but what you get with that is just the cream of the crop of the character development, getting to know the characters, finding them relatable, from their military backgrounds in some cases to, pedestrian backgrounds. You have an all-human guy on the team, basically Togusa. You have Batou, who's ex-military, the Major Motoko Kusanagi, who is a very complex character, one of my all-time favorite characters in anything, let alone anime, because of the complexity of the character. And over the course of that 26-episode season, essentially the first season, there is an overarching plot to both of the seasons, but you also have what are known as standalone episodes, kind of playing on the standalone complex, title, which do not necessarily relate to the overall plot line, the overall story arc, and it's some of these spin-off episodes that sit on the periphery that are some of my favorites in any anime whatsoever. I even did a 2-part sort of questioning of one of the episodes, Android and I, which was one that always stood out to me because it involved a cat who fell in love essentially with his sort of, android house sitter or whatever you want to call it. And it was just very intriguing that. That is mostly what you get with the anime series. You get a lot of depth, you get a lot of action, a lot of explorative storytelling, getting to know the characters, understand the universe. It is literally, the top pick of being able to show you from start to finish, and in many of the directions they can explore what the Ghost in the Shell franchise is all about. And with the films, you have the first film, which is good to a point. The second film is somewhat mind-boggling. You kind of have to watch it a few times to get what they're trying to do with it. There is the, of course, remastered 2.0 of the original film, which is kind of crap in my opinion, because basically all they did was insert a couple of CG parts here and there that are very glaringly standing out from the original work and everything like that. I don't know why they did that. And then, of course, Arise, which is the OVA series, is good too. But for the most depth, the most bang for your buck, the most intriguing storytelling that raises questions, gets you thinking, entertains you, there's a charm to it, Standalone Complex, easily, hands down, is my highest recommendation to anyone interested in getting into Ghost in the Shell. So I hope that helps you, MGNoxa, and anyone who watches this video. Highly recommend it, and I'd love to hear from anyone who is just dipping into the Ghost in the Shell franchise, what you think of it, based on this recommendation in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope this video finds you well. That'll be pretty much it for me on this, and I'll catch you later. Peace.